Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Jim and Sam Town Square. I'm Scott King. Jim and Sam fans know me from the Forbes articles, and I'm joined, as always, by multi-Emmy award-winning television producer Chris Cangilla. Now, the guys were on break this week. We'll get into what they might be doing, and so it would be week 1 of November 2023, but it's kind of not. Chris, did you maybe catch some stuff on the gram of what the guys might be up to?
Yeah, I was following along with Jim and his wife on the Burt cruise and everything, and they spent a lot of time in Miami, and then they went on the cruise, and now they're in Sarasota when we're recording this. And I guess they come home on Friday when we'll probably release this. So, they look like they're having a great time, and it's just so funny to see that interaction with Nikki and Jim. That we get to see more of it, and it just seems like he's always annoyed with her. But I guess that's just Jim and nature. So yeah, it was fun. What'd you do this week when the guys went around? What were you listening to?
Oh, man, I got to give Travis Teft full marks. Some great programming. They had that Halloween kind of special every day, the old Jim and Sam Halloweens and the Halloween parades leading up to Halloween. And then we had just kind of already this week a little bit of best of. So, I mean, it was great. Today I was listening to, I was telling you about this before. I was listening to Mark Norman with Sandy Kane, and I didn't remember. This is why I go back and listen. I didn't remember that Sandy Kane had gotten the fake Rolando's treatment that somebody, it's not the actual Twitter account, but somebody else, another fan, text her saying, "Hey, Willem Dafoe wants you on Jim and Sam. Why don't you go there?" So she just showed up and they let her on the show. Mark Norman was on, and that was just amazing. I can't believe that happened. So to hear them together was outstanding. Going back and listening to the old Halloween episodes, I mean, hearing Mike Iaconelli again, I think it was your personal favorite, right?
Yeah, Mike Iaconelli, the true bass fisherman from New Jersey, one of the famous ones that we all know of. No, that was good. It's almost as good as Jeff, the fireman, master of fish. It's about the same kind of it's crazy. Yeah, that was a good. And then of course we listened to the recap and hearing Eslof become as Troy, and Troy not liking it again, which is one of the best bits of all time. Not even a bit. Reality, right?
It was real because we asked him about it, and that was one of my actually favorite parts of our interview with Troy. If anybody hasn't listened, go back and listen to that or watch that, because he was like, "Yeah, you play things up for the show." I think he learned that in the O&A universe, and he said that behind the scenes, Sam and Travis were saying like, "Hey, this guy's disrespecting you. What are you gonna do about it?" Kind of like it reminded me like Goodfellas, like, "Hey, yeah, well, Spider, you gonna let him talk to you that way?
Yeah,
hey,
go get your shine box."
Yeah, that too, and. So, yeah, but that he was really mad because of his work ethic, as we know. But I loved Eslof, hearing him, that whole thing was great. And I got to say, I got to backpedal a little bit listening to these old Halloween specials, because now in my mind, they're all like enshrined in some Jim and Sam Hall of Fame. I said this one was maybe lacking a little. It's right up there with the other ones, because you heard Roland didn't tell Karen to wear a costume in one. She just turns on her screen at the wrong time. Someone else is going to reveal their costume, and she didn't have a costume. I mean, imagine how great Karen's costume would have been, and or the lack of
clothing on
exactly Karen, might have looked like. So there was always something, and Denny didn't dress up. I think maybe that same year. So that year I was like, oh my god! But that might have also been maybe like the Mike Iaconelli year. So it was another great one that we kind of broke it down. Decent amount of last episode, but I do think it was an amazing one. Especially, we'll always remember the Master of Fish for sure. And then during this year, they're going to pick Secret Santa, and they didn't pick it because they were running out of time. Usually, they pick names for Secret Santa. So I wonder if they did get it done before Jim went on his cruise and they packed it in for the week. But we'll find out. And gosh, I can't wait until this coming Monday and hearing everything that happened on the cruise. I saw some of the Instagram stuff where people saying that Jim did a great job, which of course we know he is going to do, but I just can't, just all the stuff that happened on the cruise, I can't wait to hear about. Yeah. And so Sam said that too, that they usually pick Halloween who's for the Secret Santa. Is that true? I don't really remember that.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. I remember hearing them do it. Now, I wasn't sure exactly if it was at the Halloween show or not, but I remember them doing that. And, and usually, as we all know, Troy's upset about who's going to get him.
He's always pessimistic.
Yeah. And, to defend Troy a little bit, and I think he was very sweet about it, but, he always gets, someone bad always gets him. And then I think maybe last year, the year before, Jim actually got him And Jim didn't do like the $300 in cash that he's done. And he did something else. And I think Troy was very gracious about it. But I think Troy wanted probably Jim to go all in because, Jim could have made it great for Troy for a change. And Troy still had to, kick rocks, if you will.
Absolutely. Go kick a rock. But, Jim did bring Troy to like Black Sabbath and probably meet Ozzy.
Oh, he's taking good care of Troy. But just for Christmas.
Yeah, you're taking care of. But no, I really I was really rooting for him that time and others. And speaking of Instagram and, the Bird Cruise, people should be glued to Jim's Instagram and Twitter. Like he has never been on social media so much ever in his career or since he's been on radio. And now, with Nikki doing a lot of it, filming or helping set up stuff, it's a ton. And it's all great. There's a video of him and Nikki sitting with Bert on the cruise and they're having a blast. They're like, oh, that's great. Jim's so happy. He's on this. It's a great gig. Like what a dream gig,
And I'll tell you what, I've never seen more of the inside of Jim's apartment or his condo than now. I'm just like, okay. Now I get the layout of the land. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, this is cool because she's shooting all the time. She loves doing videos and he's always in the back going like this.
And it's not an act. He's like, those ones are not, he's a put on. That's how he's like thinking about which posters to keep, where to put them. And I want to see, we're seeing a lot of his apartment, but I want to see more of his other collectibles and memorabilia or mementos as he likes to label some of them, not just the Kiss posters, like kind of sprawled out all on top of each other, all over the floor. But, I think, we don't have a whole lot to break down with guys being gone. So I think we'll put a bow on this and we can't wait for them to get back. Right, Chris?
Yeah. I mean, look at our week. We have nothing to talk about. And usually we have so much to talk about. We go over on our time. So no, I'm looking forward to them being back. And I'm looking forward for everybody to come back here and see where we are in the town square.
Thanks for watching and listening to the Jim and Sam Town Square. Please remember to like and subscribe and turn on that notification bell, not Doug Bell, so you don't miss an episode.
And if you're just listening to the podcast, please leave us a 5-star review. We really appreciate it.